Hello, hello, hello. This is the leading brand, Smackdown Edition, part of the Stadium Junkies Media. I am the glorious Jeffrey Burtis, and joining me on this leading brand when we talk about Smackdown is
Jobber James Belknap.
the jobber James Belknap, who can't seem to get predictions right to save his life. I mean, he will probably rebound, but for now, I am the champ.
The reason why I make those predictions the way I do is more hopeful because you heard me in my previous show, which is the Leading Brand Live Raw Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I you hear the kind of storylines that come out and what it can be made out of them. So
Yes,
I'm hopeful in the sense that I want them to do my storylines. But unfortunately,
in
they don't follow that same formula because, to be honest, I
it's
think there's
questionable.
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Indeed. We kick off with SmackDown Live. This is the October, I want to say, third edition of SmackDown Live 2017. We kick off with another promo with Renee Young. Renee Young, the one who got her show canceled, talking smack, is now went down to just interviewing Shinsuke Nakamura to the WWE
I
Universe.
I recalled that
Yay!
there was a different beginning to SmackDown.
You recall? I
Yes,
mean, that's what I got. I mean, that's
I
what I got so far.
I
Shinsuke
recalled
Nakamura.
I recalled a moment of silence for the
Yes,
victims of Vegas.
it was also a moment of silence for the Las Vegas victims. Tragic, very tragic what has happened. Our hearts and condolences go out to the people in Vegas. I will save that for off the air. But let's get back. Let's get started. We started off. This is the go home show. WWE's track record of go home shows as of late, not so great. Terribly not so great. Does SmackDown Live reverse that trend? No, not really. We start off with another promo with Renee Young interviewing Shinsuke Nakamura, showing off that his English leaves stuff to be desired of. He's doing the Sticks and Stones reference with all the talk from Jinder Mahal, which sometimes it did go too far one segment. But as he was talking, he gets interrupted by the Singh brothers. We think Jinder Mahal is going to come out to the main entrance, attack him from behind, and Shinsuke Nakamura fought him off. Mahal gets help from the Singh brothers to grabbing his leg as he was going for the Kinshasa. They gang up on him, and Jinder Mahal stands tall, which gives me hope that he might lose the title, because when you go standing tall in the go home show, you tend to lose, but I would not be surprised if Jinder Mahal retains. So, okay, sure, make Jinder Mahal look strong, but God, I just don't care. I want that title off of Mahal very badly. But it
You
did.
and millions and billions of electrified sports fans.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
at this
mean,
point, there at this point, he's playing the heel part quite well.
he's playing it. I will give him this. He is playing the well, but it's the same. His reliance on the Singh brothers shows how much. I mean, it proves that he needs the Singh brothers to win.
Because they're playing weird parts because of two reasons. One, they want him to be a face for India, so he doesn't play the heel part completely, or else he would be taking the weapons out and smacking the hell out of people throughout the match. Take pages out of the Miz for that factor.
Yes,
But they don't play that part well.
But this feud is just like, I'm just like, it's such a shame.
We're not actually looking forward to the championship match. To be honest, it would be sad and disgraceful for the championship match to not headline, but I think it's best for it not to headline.
It's not worthy of headlining when you have a very hot feud in the form of Shane and KO. I mean, oh my God, that feud is They at least they got that right. They got
I mean,
that. They got
they
that.
they got
They
the
got that.
promos right, but of course, as Chris Jericho says, he punches me in the face.
Hey, Shane. I mean, Shane. At least Shane's bringing it.
But
But
he throw me down and out. Just all the stuff that Chris Jericho says. Just throw me to the corner. I'll kick you in the face, and I'll do a drop kick from the top turnbuckle. And I hit him square in the face, and he's looking at me like, "What the crap, dude?" And it's like, "Shut up and stay down."
I can't wait for that match. But moving on now, we had some women's tag team match between Charlotte and Becky Lynch versus Carmella and Natalia.
Just like that yawn.
Yes,
Uh,
yawn. However,
what are they trying to do with Carmella and Natalia? Because it's not. It just seems very interesting. They're either going to make something out of it, like say Carmella and Natalia become friends, and all of a sudden, it, it's weird.
here's the thing. I mean, Carmella is just mistreating James Ellsworth, treating her like a dog, literally. And I feel like, I mean, in this match, it ended with Charlotte tapping out to the sharpshooter. With a clean tap to the sharpshooter. And I mean, Becky Lynch was trying to intervene, but Carmella just took Lynch out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then that made Charlotte have no choice but to tap out. But can we say, I'm like, okay, you have Charlotte tapping out to the sharpshooter. She gets her win before the Hell in a Cell pay per view, which means there is no chance in heck she's walking out of Hell in a Cell as champion. Either Charlotte or Carmella is taking it away from them.
That's how
Maybe
I
both.
feel.
That's how
But
I feel. I'm just like, she's playing the transitional championship quite well. I'm glad she got it, but I like there's no way Charlotte or Carmella is getting that belt from her. And that's all I got to say about that one.
would you predict that Charlotte would take it and Carmella cashes in on Charlotte, or just
Ooh,
straight up Natalia and then Charlotte?
hard to say. Hard to say because I think they want to do something with Charlotte for WrestleMania season. But Carmella's getting that belt. I mean, it would. There's no way they're gonna have it do like it's Seth Rollins where it makes it a triple threat. I feel like Charlotte's gonna win the belt. Carmella intervenes, cashes in,
You
and then
you say that, but even I was the one who was jokingly said, James Ellsworth would take the title, the Money in the Bank during the pay per view, and guess who was jokingly right about that?
you were like, I was joking.
I was like, they really did it. I the only reason why I went, Charlotte in that prediction was because I thought it was too obvious, and they did
Too
exactly
obvious.
what I thought.
But I mean, okay. Congrats to tell you got your spotlight, but yeah, let's get on to the real champion, Charlotte or Carmella, either or. Next up, we had a squash match between Bobby Roode and Mike Kanellis. Oh, wait, Mike Kanellis is still employed in the WWE? What?
Yeah, well,
I
especially
mean,
with the whole pregnancy thing, his
mm-hmm.
wife now being pregnant, which is kind of odd that they do it now instead of back when they were, not in WWE.
But yeah, let's face it. This was a filler. This was a squash match. Did nothing for them. Okay, Bobby Roode wins, yay! But Kanellis just looked weak. He looked weak as heck. Oh.
Because this filler, filler.
I mean, it was just bad. I mean, it did nothing for both of them. And after the match, oh look, Mister, I can't seem to find his entrance. Tries making Mox the idea of needing an entrance, and he brought out a horn. He brought out drums. He just
Wait a minute,
drummed.
I did not see SmackDown. He really did bring instruments out.
He brought instruments. He brought kazoozles as well. Little Randy.
Whose music did he come out to?
No one's. No one's just making his own entrance. Just he
They
came out
should
with
have.
a
They should have done a New Day entrance, and then he
no.
does that.
He didn't do that. He didn't do that.
That would have been great, though, especially since right now. Uh, let's see now, Xavier Woods and let's see, Kofi. I'm trying to remember exactly where they're at. They're either Washington, California. They're somewhere for some kind of event
Mm-hmm.
for a con. Which, by the way, there is a turn into
The
Super
only,
Saiyan little VR thing,
oh my
or
god.
what is it called? Not VR, but where it tracks you and it turns you into the thing. Very similar,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the cards with what's it called, the 3DS thing, but Big E's missing. So they were obviously dealing with something else afterwards. They could have used that entrance music. That would have been a good pop, and all of a sudden, you hear Ziggler through it. Oh, whatever it is. Don't you dare be sour.
I'm just waiting. If he did a CM Punk entrance.
That's gonna be when's Philly? When's Philly getting WWE?
You mean when Chicago's getting WWE?
Chicago. Jeez, it's always one of those two because those two are always the craziest places to go.
I'm not sure, but man, can you imagine the heat he would get if he did that in Chicago?
God.
Oh,
If you truly want heel Ziggler, there you go.
oh, the heat would be so nuclear if they
And
did it.
and don't even give a warning. Don't like all of a sudden like, hey, every place he's going to, he's doing like the hometown crowd's favorite wrestlers entrance.
It
Don't even do that.
for reference, Hell in a Cell takes place in Little Caesars Arena in Detroit.
That's right. It is Detroit, and then are going to be in
It is Detroit.
Milwaukee, if I recall, for
Hmm?
TLC. TLC is where Milwaukee.
TLC's a Raw. TLC, yeah, TLC though is a Raw exclusive pay per view.
I'm thinking about that because I'm the Raw show
Mm-hmm.
host, and B, it's right after my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
But thank you.
And also, the next pay per view after that is Survivor Series, and we know darn well what that's going to be.
And it's probably heck. I'm not even going to make tomorrow's appearance over at the College Park Center. What do you think he's going to make an appearance over
I
in
can't.
Houston?
I'm so mad. I can't go because I'm work. Oh,
Even if it wasn't for work for me, it's money.
money. I understand, but didn't care about this. I'm like the segment made no sense. Okay, sure. And also, before Dolph Ziggler left, Bobby Roode interrupted and just spouted his glorious catchphrase and the music right on cue. Tuned in. I was like, it was
Wait a
like
minute. So
beautiful,
did it do
just
this?
beautiful.
Did it go?
He's like,
Glorious?
your entrance needs a little thing. Glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in. And just right on cue.
Now who? Now it was Bobby Roode that did that to Dolph, or did Dolph
Yes,
do it? It'd be
it was Bobby Roode that did
hilarious.
that to Dog.
It'd be hilarious if Dolph does this and all of a sudden the music goes for him.
Oh God, that'd
And
be
then it,
funny.
and then all of a sudden Kevin Dunn realizes he messes up and turns it off right after glorious.
I would laugh,
Because then all of a sudden
but
it's like
this.
if you're in the ring, you have the power to go.
Oh my goodness!
Good
But
job, Kevin
basically,
Dunn, for the timing.
basically, Dolph Ziggler saying Bobby Roode is an entrance and nothing more. And I mean, we've already established this. It's entrance versus in-ring competitor.
Actually, oh, wow, that was a lot of buildup to get to this point. I
I
admit
mean, yes.
that was actually good. I admit for WWE
I
that was
mean,
actually good.
we had the squash match, and then we had this little segment where just Dolph Ziggler trying out new things. Then he said, "Bottom line, you're an entrance and nothing more." And then glorious. So I mean, yeah, I'll talk about the
We
match
we
in
went
the
through
prediction.
all that
Mm.
just to put Bobby Roode over.
I mean,
That
rumor has it is that Dolph Ziggler is leaving WWE. So before he leaves, he might put over Bobby Roode.
him in the Indies would be interesting.
But now we get to one of the best promos of the night. The Usos reading the rights of the Uso Penitentiary.
Ooh,
Right to the New Day, basically. They promised to introduce the New Day to the Uso Penitentiary, and they were claiming saying They have made they've elevated the tag team division. Might have a point. Promise win back the titles. New Day cut off their catchphrase. And then it was like, Kofi and Big E were like, you know what? We both have stole the show. The Usos before the former Promise Rivals that they will be left in a pile of own day one-ish at Hell in a Cell. And then stare down to close out the segment. That's all you needed. That's all you needed. We know what we get from these two teams.
We don't need any more fights because it would just dilute the product. But
yes,
every
just
time
a little.
They plan it. Oh my god!
Just a little stare down, a little serious segment. We both
pre-show got storyline.
Arguably match of the night
on a pre-show.
I know.
God.
I mean, I can't wait for that tag team Hell in a Cell. Oh god!
Man, I just think Vince McMahon was kicking himself in the ass. Like, why'd you put it on a pre-show?
That's probably the co-main event. Next up, we had another match. Ty Dillinger, Baron Corbin. Who do you think wins?
I want to say Ty, and I want to say disqualification.
Ty wins for the roll-up.
Are they really making it where Baron's going to be winning every match? Because they did this to Sami Zayn. Baron will be winning the match, and all of a sudden, a roll-up pin for the win. Because what they're going to try to say, because he's tall and lanky, and because of that, they lock his joints in properly.
I mean, he won with a small package roll-up for the victory. Then after the match,
a schoolboy small package.
Yes. Corbin tried for a suplex. Dillinger countered into a roll-up small package for a surprise victory. But after the match, Styles appeared on.
Trying to do, I understand you're trying to bury the character, but that's I think that's worse than the 1F5s.
You lose by a small package roll-up. God, Baron Corbin just
winning. Very similar to Samoa.
Oh, he was dominating.
Samoa Joe dominating, and then 1F5 to win. He's going to after from Great Balls of Fire.
Probably. I would probably. But after the match, Styles showed up on the video screen and claimed that, you have talent, but you have the attitude of a jackass. And I quote, the ability of a thoroughbred and the attitude of a jackass.
Okay, that sounds better. Okay, I'm going to say you gave me the weird quote, and it's like, that doesn't sound. No,
and I quote, and I quote, the ability of a thoroughbred and the attitude of a jackass.
That makes that now. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Now.
And Styles has worked hard, being the house that Smackdown Live is the house that AJ Styles built. And he basically said, "Oh, you're not going to get shortcuts out of me. I'm not allowing you that whatsoever." End segment. So, okay, what I'm thinking is Ty Dillinger goes in to make it a triple threat. AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, and Ty Dillinger for the United States Championship at Hell in a Cell. Last minute change.
I need a gimmick with it.
You need a gimmick? Okay, put it for the U.S. title.
No, not just for the U.S. title.
What gimmick would you want?
Probably elimination.
Elimination?
Because it allows Baron to go over even more than the hole that he buried himself in. Because if you do elimination, it gives the ability to take out Ty Dillinger in a blaze of glory and be able to bump Baron Corbin a little more, because Ty is stuck where he is unless they really want to elevate him without this feud. They need Corbin out of this to elevate Ty more. And the way they can make it higher up is either A, win the triple threat, or B, go out in the blaze of glory during an elimination triple threat.
Might have a point.
And then might have a point. AJ Styles to bump up Baron a little more, and then Baron will seem like a decent jobber at this point.
He went from Money in the Bank to jobber. Wow.
Below jobber.
the low jobber, worse than jobber. Like,
he's in
and
Rusev
all.
right now.
So speaking of Rusev, I mean, we had a little segment with Randy Orton versus Aiden English. Rusev was involved. Rusev tried to get involved. Like he accompanied Aiden English for the Randy Orton match.
Really? Wait a minute. Rusev accompanied Aiden? Isn't this
Yes.
like haven't they been teaming up a few times?
Yes, against Orton. I mean, this feud is there.
Is this team kind of blah? I mean, I like Aiden. I like Rusev,
but it feels like a waste.
Nothing makes sense unless you turn Aiden into an opera singer in Bulgarian. Then I can see the fun out of that. I can see the fun out of it. You got to, excuse me, when there's a jobber, you got to have a certain gimmick to make it entertaining. What do you think the New Day was at first?
Boring. Then
the power of positivity, and the power of positivity caught on. To be honest, I started off as liking it ironically, but then they got good. They got real good, and I was surprised. And the crowd got on. I would say about 2 weeks after I did, and I was surprised that they caught on because my first week was ironic. The second week I was like, "Wow, that was good." Third week, everyone I was like, "Okay, we're doing this."
It took time,
and I think you can do that with Rusev and Aiden. I mean, it's not going to be the same level as say Breezango when it comes to.
Speaking of which, we were promised the Fashion Files return.
Oh,
we were promised, but it never showed up. They got new lead. A quote: "New lead came up." So now we will see the Fashion Files make their official return at Hell in a Cell.
You know, I want to see the video lead to a match.
Yeah, on that I completely agree with you because I want to see who's been attacking them. I want the big reveal. If it's like, say, the Authors of Pain.
You know, that would work. Actually, that would definitely work. I'm just thinking about every little detail. Oh wow, that would work. Oh, wow. And you know what'd be great is all of a sudden they start off like, hey, here's this lead, and all of a sudden there's, as my friend calls him, Heinberg sitting there, and he goes, "I'm closing the book at NXT and bring it to the WWE." And then, and you know, because obviously Breezango will be waiting in the ring as expected. And then just the lights go out. You know, they're doing a promo with like headphones or reading the mic. The lights go out, and all of a sudden, boom, just head spotlight, and he just comes out with a book. Oh, why am I not a writer?
Watch, though, it'll probably be something depressing like a repackaged Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
If they can work on their promos, I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, Aiden English versus Randy Orton. What do you think happened? What do you think happened?
Luke Harper, damn good wrestler.
Yes.
Eric Rowan, we obviously just don't give a shit.
I mean, that's why they need to do a repackage. But against Randy Orton and English, how do you think could this possibly end?
3-minute RKO.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, Aiden English got some offense early, but took the fight. But it was short-lived because he tossed him in the air and caught him coming down with an RKO. After the match, Rusev attempted to sneak attack, but to no avail.
You know what? We make fun of John Cena for the 5 moves of doom. Randy Orton only has 5 moves.
Let's see. I mean, that scoop power slam, RKO,
the whole
DDT,
serpent thing,
DDT, the vintage Orton DDT.
He used to have a punt.
You took that away. Concussions. Wow.
He used to stomp on people's limbs.
He used to have this thing where he get them in the back and just have their back crack down basically. It's like he had them in the back of his hand and then just dropped right down, hitting their back with his back.
Oh, okay. Oh, a back-to-back drop or something like that. I don't remember
Yeah,
how what's
yeah, I
called.
believe so. I would have to show you the move, but I didn't
I
care
know,
about the.
I know what you're talking about. It doesn't look effective. That's the only thing to people. But am I right?
But
He only has 5 moves.
ugh,
So
ugh.
imagine if Randy Orton does all the 5 moves in a row. The 5 moves of Doom, quite literally, just 5 moves.
God, but let's face it, I could care less about this. This moving on, Orton deserves better. I think he wants to go back to being a
Aiden deserves
heel.
better.
They all deserve better. Can we just move on with this feud and just get it under the wayside?
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh my God. Oh, and we once again for Raw and SmackDown, we close out with another promo.
Wait a minute, another promo? Let me guess, it's involving
Yes,
KO.
bingo. Shane
Yeah.
McMahon and KO came face to face, and we have a brand new rule for their Hell in a Cell match.
Yes.
Falls count anywhere.
Wait a minute. I thought it wasn't a Hell in a Cell.
It is Hell in a Cell.
I mean, just slightly outside the ring, which guarantees now that the match is going to go outside of the cell. Which
Yeah, I mean
I'm,
it's
I'm assuming it's going to be because KO is going to do his cannonball.
mm-hmm. And it's now a falls count anywhere match, and they're like KO, like you know what?
And not to
He
mention
entered
it
through
has
the
Shane, so falls will happen anywhere.
yes,
My
and
question is,
Shane
will he climb something?
KOT said he's putting Shane over the from the top of the cell to the bottom.
So they are going to climb it. I bet you
KO's taking that bump.
KO he's going to set up Shane and he's going to go through the table.
Oh no, it's not
He's
Shane. KO's going through that table.
no. What I'm thinking is one of two things: he's going to get shoved, or
Mm-hmm.
he's going to set up. No, Shane has to be up there. So KO's going through the table. He's going to be pushed off.
Oh God. Oh God.
You know, there's rare moments. Like there's times where it's like you do a move and you're like, well, they're athletic enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these competitors, as athletic as KO is, I don't care how athletic you are, or even if you're a person who does what is it
I don't know if you.
what is it called that you do the streets moves and moving around
Oh, the street
parkour.
fights. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hardcore.
Even those people, I fear for that long of a drop.
You couldn't pay me enough to take that. You would have to pay me a lot of money to take
Oh,
that bump.
I'll take that bump for at least 5 million.
At least 5 mil.
Well, if you pay my medical, then 2 mil.
Yes, works for me. I
All
mean, two
medical,
million. Yeah.
including travel, therapy sessions, um, everything. If you pay for everything, 2 mil.
That's a 20. That's a 20-foot drop, right?
Yes, every panel's ten
Oh God.
feet high.
Oh God. Oh God. Mm. Oh God, no. But basically, KO said that he would beat Shane so bad, powerbomb him so many times that he would forget his own children's names.
Okay, I like that. I really like that. That's great.
I mean,
That's leading to KO
and
definitely taking that bump.
yes, and they were fighting in the concession area. Basically, they took the fight.
What?
Yes, and they took the fight in the stands, heading all the way to the lobby, and KO put Shane through a table. And then he came out and said that promo,
I
and
really wish they did a segment similar to Stone Cold and Booker T in the supermarket style. Go to concession and do the stuff that's very similar.
oh God! But Shane, he showing the baby face. It's like, oh, come on, let's go, and launch himself the clothesline KO. But after being thrown in the announce table, they continued fighting, but ultimately KO lifted Shane, pop up powerbomb, close out.
The close out the show, and is that in the middle of the ring or?
Yeah, it was in the middle of the ring. Pop up powerbomb in the middle of the ring.
That's a good go home ending.
Okay, let's see. Good decent promos, but just Aiden English, Bobby Roode. Ugh.
Well, go one by one.
Aiden English Orton. Aiden English Orton.
Go one by one. The first one.
First one, Shinsuke Nakamura. Meh.
I'll go down.
Meh. Okay, women's tag team match: Charlotte and Becky versus Carmella and Natalya. Meh. Bobby Roode, Mike Kanellis. Waste of time.
Wow, that's already 3 bad in a row.
Okay, Usos and New Day promo. Yes.
So they're 1 and 3 so far.
Yes. And then let's see, Ty Dillinger, Baron Corbin.
That's 1 and 4.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Randy Orton, Aiden English.
If you feel the whole hand, even on Raw, it's a bad show.
And then KO. I mean, the only 2 things that were good were the promos: Usos, New Day, and Shane KO.
Wow.
So the streak of bad go home shows at pay-per-views continues.
The only one that was really good was Great Balls of Fire.
And yeehaw, Great Balls of Fire.
And even SummerSlam, I believe
SummerSlam was okay.
Yeah, SummerSlam was okay. It was different more than anything.
Yes. I mean, it caught me attention with Akira Tozawa winning the cruiserweights and the cruiserweight title on the go home show.
Yeah, it's just very interesting.
It's just like go home shows have just been bad. It's almost sad. I mean, No Mercy's go home show was meh. This one, oh god.
Well, it just feels like there's no effort to it.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
If I had a choice, I would have go home shows as being all promos and everyone who's not involved in the pay-per-view to be wrestling. Pay-per-view quality matches.
That would make sense. Maybe I would be all for it.
It would be great. How to solve this issue? You have lottery style.
Huh?
What you do
Where you going with this?
Anybody who's not in the pay-per-view, lottery style, one-on-one matches, or even tag team matches, and lottery obviously planned. Just first up, this match and this match. But first, we're going to let a word happen for this match. And then there's going to be promos happening for this match, prepping up. And then that match happens. So you're going to give at least 2 or 3 wrestling matches in Smackdown, 4 to 5 on Raw, and still have every promo happen.
That needs to happen.
Mm-hmm. It's an idea. It's a new gimmick because even they can call it the go home lottery. And what they can, they can classify the go home show as a bye week for people who are participating in the pay-per-view
and give them time to rest up.
Well, not only that, the people who are not, most of the time they don't have spotlight or stories. What we're going to say is, well, this person hasn't been in the spotlight, and if people are clamoring for that one and they should give a good show, then they know we can use this wrestler next. They can have a story. Because people
like Sami Zayn.
It's like people want Sami Zayn. You put Sami Zayn in the match and all of a sudden it turns out good.
Yay!
Like imagine if Strowman doesn't have a match coming for TLC and he's going through his reign of terror, all of a sudden you have someone pop up. It's like, oh, we have this person against Braun Strowman, and then you see Kurt Angle go, I'm gonna add a tag team partner for a tornado tag team handicap for this person. Goes back to the lottery thing and pops out.
That would be kind of that'd be
spotlight on people who's not going to have a pay-per-view match.
Oh my god!
Isn't that a good idea? Huh.
Yeah, that is a very good idea. I
I
mean, they
don't know
should.
how to market it, but I know how to implement the idea.
Um, you would just simple. You would just have people that are. I mean, the people let them matter.
And of course,
But
again,
the one,
quality pay-per-view, quality matches between the non-pay-per-view people, because then you get a
Mhm.
spotlight on all the people not involved.
But you don't want to. In that, where in retrospect, do you really wanted to? What if the pay per view matches are that worse than the ones we see in the go home show?
That's where you don't allow that to happen.
I mean, that would be the only. That would be my only
Ten,
situation I'd be worried about.
10 to 15-minute good matches, but also even if
Mm-hmm.
the pay-per-view matches aren't as good as that go home show match, what you have done is you have set up a storyline for the person that's in the go home show match, because now you say this person with this person, and so they get a title opportunity or something off.
Yay! More title opportunities.
Even the tag team one, they can do a tag team lottery, and all of a sudden, this tag team wins. They get a chance for the title after the pay per view. And if they're heels
Mm.
after the pay per view, they attack the winning team.
I mean, I would be all for it. I mean, something's got to give with WWE's go home shows. They got to change something.
And if as long as you give a good quality show, because I mean, you got the house shows, which is mostly for people in house and the wrestlers to make up their own stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
think about it is this: they have now you can give a wrestler a month to, to prepare their own go home show match, which is going to be 10 to 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
And they can make a good quality match, which could build up to a storyline for them.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
see how this is
I
working?
mean, you got to. Yes, indeed. I see where you're going with this.
Granted, I think they're going to see it as it's going to bite them in the butt here and there, and they're not willing to take that risk.
Yes.
But
Yep, that's my problem. They're not willing to take it.
but that's also the quality of maybe you should have good storylines and good matches in the first place.
Indeed. Because half of this card in Hell in a Cell, I just don't care for.
Let's see now.
Uh, do
Name
you want
off
to do?
real fast. We're not going to do predictions. Just name off the
I'm
matches real fast, and I'll tell you if I care.
made. All right, let's see. Kickoff match: Hype Bros versus Jason. I mean Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
Don't have interest.
And Rusev,
I love Rusev, but I don't care.
Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode.
I kind of care.
Women's Championship: Natalia, Charlotte Flair.
Yes, only for the fact of the opportunity. I feel like it's coming.
Tag Team Championship: New Day, Usos, Hell in a Cell.
Match tonight.
Easily, easily.
It's
WWE Championship: Jinder Mahal, Shinsuke Nakamura.
only to see Shinsuke win. If he doesn't win, then
It's not.
I'm eating more pizza. That's all.
Not Mahal has now held the title longer than Roman Reigns, Ric Flair, and Chris Jericho.
Okay, you obviously know which one pissed me off.
Jericho.
Yeah, it's time to break the walls down.
That's ridiculous that Mahal's reign has lasted longer than a reign of Reigns, Flair, and Jericho. That's ridiculous.
Reign now, if Flair's longest reign,
No, I don't think it's his longest reign.
but one of his reigns.
Yes.
Well, who cares? I mean, Roman Reigns had a reign that only was 5 minutes long.
I mean, it's not in the Hell in a Cell. It's just a singles match. So I'm just like, okay, Mahal might get out of it.
But they only have two
But
Hell in a Cell matches, which I think the tag
yes,
team one's gonna be most the best. It
easily.
the Kevin Owens one with Shane, it's gonna have its spots, not the best.
Now, next up, United States Championship: AJ Styles, Baron Corbin.
Why?
Yeah, KO
Just
Shane.
Just lose it to the glorious one already.
Yes, KO Shane.
Yeah, of course I'm interested
So
because
yeah,
we have a person who thinks they can wrestle versus a person who has to tolerate his wrestling.
how much of that card do you care?
2.5.
God, surprise me, WWE. Surprise me. That's all I gotta say.
Carmella just needs to cash in, but it's too predictable.
That would win.
I need, it'd be great if all of a sudden, like like right before the Shane match, all of a sudden you see Natalia getting beat up in the back and they throw her in the ring and cash in. Show me some real good heel heat.
And also, we might see a Fashion File skit.
I kind of do care.
I kind of do care about that. I want to see the Fashion Files. They are very entertaining.
So, like like again, I think that would be great heat because all of a sudden you show a backstage segment where Natalia is celebrating, about to go out. All of a sudden, Carmella smashes her with the briefcase, and then James Ellsworth's carrying Natalia over his shoulder, like knocked out and everything. Puts her in the ring, cashes in.
I mean, I just don't want. If that happens, Natalia has to beat Charlotte, which I don't see happening.
The only reason why I could see Natalia not beating Charlotte is because James Ellsworth interrupts, gets a disqualification for Natalia, and then a cash in immediately.
And Carmella, the fabulous person.
Fabulous. Okay.
Alrighty. That is it. That is it for the leading brand of SmackDown Live Edition. I'm your glorious champion of Stadium Junkies Media, Jeffrey Burtis.
I am James.
Peace be upon you. Yep. Peace be upon you. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you do not like this video, James has a message for you.
I got like 6 different ones in my head right now.
Go for it.
Let's see now. There's if you, of course you got that like. If you hit that dislike button, well, it's time for you and I to meet Hell in a Cell. There's that one. There's if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you dislike it, well, I'm about to headbutt you and you're gonna bleed hard style.
I approve.
Like the video. If you dislike the video, I'm gonna make fun of your own entrance music.
Alrighty, that is the leading brand of SmackDown Live. For James Belknap, I'm Jeffrey Burtis, signing out.